Hello, everyone. Are we ready? No? So, this is your last chance to leave because the doors are locked now. Hello, my name is Egbert. I was asked not to present in Dutch because my Dutch is even worse than my English. So I think we should start in English, and if you have any questions, don't ask me. Yeah, I have to. The title of my presentation is How Not to Rule the World with Your Business. It's not a blueprint for being successful, because that's what I do not present. It's something which should make you think. Yeah, think how you work, how you do your business, how you use tools, etc. And yeah, first I was told to tell a bit about myself. I'm the first one on top. The guy below is Pixie. You will see later again. I'm the organizer of .fmp Berlin, and I am certified from 9 to 15 and platinum, etc. I'd like to collect things. So FileMaker offered a lot of things, and I collect all of them. And of course, I'm German. I'm sorry for that. Because we have just 15 minutes, I'd like to keep it short, and so we skip to the anchor now. We don't do stuff, we do the anchor right now. What I'd like to ask you is, go there. You will find all the information about me or about my projects, etc. And the QR code is for a reason. It works if you have the right app. Yeah, that is one thing. Then the Q&A. No, there aren't any Q&As because Germans don't discuss. But we have one more thing. And the one more thing is my friend or my digital alter ego will guide you through
your business,
session.
A working German attempt. How not to rule the world, but your
Have fun.
business, a working German attempt. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pixie. I'm the digital alter ego, although he's much older, of egbertfriedrich.com, and I'm very pleased to guide you through the program today, not only because I can make the bad jokes, but my English is better too. As you can see when you look at me closely, not all Germans are brown. No, they also come in green. Additionally, they can be very funny, although hardly anyone outside Germany agrees. When the Germans visited surrounding countries in the past, it wasn't always clear how long they would stay. Today it will only take 15 minutes, and this time we will leave without needing to be encouraged. But before I go, I would like to take you on a journey with me through my world, and the world of my boss. So, now lean back and relax. Ignore your mobile. No, there isn't something more important right now. And gape. As with all journeys, we'll start by gathering some tools and tricks and tips. Although the tools are not all easy to master, they will make you a master in your working and take you further. The tricks are completely legal. although they are illegally good and the tips are large to be shared and still used afterwards. We're in the mood to make life easier for all of you, so a selected number of tools can be freely downloaded at herrfriedrich.com. TextExpander. Probably most important tool since the invention of Thunderbolt, the analog one, and Fire, well, and auto-typing in FileMaker 14, is TextExpander. The complete set of FileMaker functions extended with some shortcuts will increase your performance during your work hours, maybe at home too, but that's another story. Version 2.8.1 still runs as preference pane and not as an app in macOS 10.10 and can be downloaded directly from the developer site. Snippet Maker. But what would be the master tool, TextExpander, be without his slave tool, Snippet Maker? It is the little helper to the little helper. With this tool, proudly put together by the help of me and some fine port, all FileMaker functions can be created, not only for TextExpander but also for all other auto text apps we know. In addition, it also consists of a slightly dusty list of the best known apps to compare them all. Tree. Most of the customers simply don't have a clue what excellent code the developer writes. And most of the developers simply don't have a clue what excellent app the customer really wants. And to be able to say, at least afterwards, yes, that's what I said, there is tree, as opposed to many developers it only has a light footprint but is very slim but it can explain complex things in layman's terms. Nextcloud. Even if west of the big pond, people claim something different, data transfer does not have to go via the NSA. For a direct and actually always safer way there is Nextcloud. This open source and free cloud software can be installed on your own web server and offers, besides calendar and address book synchronization, a smart and safe way to share data via direct links. Started as OwnCloud, much of the crew has decamped and continues developing under the brand Nextcloud. This is the iCloud for grown-ups. Is this for you too? Clip Manager by my FM Butler. To say chaos is inspiring is right, not always. You easily figure this out by looking into some FileMaker code. For efficient development it is not always necessary to fish the best inspirations from your cobwebs. Just have a peep in Clip Manager and you're done. Strictly speaking, you do have to put them in first. Cross-check. To figure out that the error is in your own code, and not what is in front of the computer, you can swear on each and every relative as well as any existing confession of faith. Or keep it much more simple, not only because of it is in black and white, but also because of the strict logic behind, independent from any hangover or personal feelings. Cross-check evaluates a database design report in a way errors can't hide behind corners and under the carpet. Framasoft. A really comprehensive collection of different types of helpful software can be found at Framasoft, and they are in such an international French. Even my boss could install selected pieces and make them work. Now we have the little suitcase packed, but to understand what is intended, the whys and the wherefore, we'll have a closer look at the naming conventions. Even if someone is not able to speak English, there is a real chance to survive. Seriously, although a pity, the first, it is jolly good, the second. to remember tomorrow what you had in mind yesterday when you wrote that code today. Yes, there are developers who think while coding in a way that even others could understand. Using some consistent informative names proves very helpful. First, the logic behind the logic should be written down somewhere, and where better than the place where it is used. For instance, in the software itself. Besides the relationship graph, my boss uses the comment field in the field descriptions and some short lines in the scripts. Second, no cryptic namings or abbreviations which cause a headache already by reading it. The save time with less typing will be dwarfed by time taken deciphering them later. Third, no characters which may cause some unexpected behavior in FileMaker or other coding languages. In opposite to the IQ, lower always works with characters. Lower ACI will be accepted by everything. Fourth, no naming style which could lead to complications in FileMaker or other coding languages. It is not just execute SQL who asks itself what a field name with a leading underscore or a space between words means. Fifth, no naming which led to a doubt of the origin of the data. Naming the ID field in 50 tables just ID is short but not precise, and not very smart. Sixth, documentation should not smell musty at first sight. Modification timestamps are a sign of up-to-dateness, for not very long. The longer ago the more likely the impression that no one takes care of that piece of code, like an old blog post or some old latest news. Seventh, a new developer should be able to get the idea behind the code within 30 minutes. It definitely helps serious developers to have a look in other solutions to wear their brain thoroughly. A complete collection of not only our good but also the less good ideas, we gladly share both, can be found, yes, at herrfriedrich.com. In opposite to what many are thinking, we are not omniscient, really, although, well, therefore we gladly point to some other sources of wisdom. Clickworks has put together not only their naming but also their development conventions. Determinix shares, besides their common interests, also their conventions not only with Square-a-Moon but the public too. Both can be found here. We now have the tools in the hand and the ideas in the head, we just missing some money in the pocket. Although the latter can come from many sources, we'll concentrate on the legal ones. An honest day's work for, with and at the customer. Well, for now. As a three-man show, my boss, his ego and me, we work mostly on custom projects. It turned out that it is much more satisfying and less nerve-wracking not to sell a final product but your professional knowledge and prowess. Okay, sometimes more knowledge than prowess. Even if the legal aspects are different from country to country. Yeah, that's what you get when you send the crowds back home. It is difficult everywhere to define the final range of functions right at the start. Using agile development, it is possible to work more closely with the customer. In certain cases the cash flow can also be routed in the right direction too. Also the terms of use, which part of the software can be used where, and expensive lawyers checking hard to read license contracts can be left out because the customer owns everything. So, remember, bodyleasing and agile development is half the battle. Okay, sometimes the whole of it, depending on your hourly rate. and giving the customers the impression he's always the first to be served. He will also love this way of working. Now we have wealth and beauty and money in the pocket. This may get very boring in time, so we thought we'd like to share something of that. Well, maybe more the pearls of wisdom than the money. Since Adam and Eve, Adam and Adam, and never mind, nothing is new, but not everything is for everyone. To change that, I started to Commonwealth the world. Okay, the FileMaker world, in a typical German fashion, but this time, we come in peace. Before the commercial break, we now make our commercial break to show an overview of our other activities. FMP Berlin. To be honest, this is a product of our laziness, because we did not want to travel. In 2013 we simply invited the smartest brains to the hottest city in Europe. Yes, this is Berlin and not London. Sorry. Only due to the dedication of the attendees this became the most important event for high professional developers in Europe, and takes place each year beginning of June. FileMaker Mentoring. This is not a product of our laziness, but of too much work. Yes, there is a difference, and of the idea that you get rich only due to other people's work. To be able to handle the number of job inquiries, we build a network of developers to share our knowledge with young talents and not spoil it. We have already proven that this not just a theory but actually works. We now come to the end of our words of wisdom. Well, for the moment. For all the topics mentioned, my boss is ready to provide more corny jokes and smarty pants answers, completely free of charge but not to no avail. Thank you for listening and laughing.
Okay, I skipped the last line. Next time. Yeah, so anyone has a question anyway before we go to the next? No? Fine. That's what I expected. Thank you very much.